Well, there we are. Renee Theris from Palmerston North and a little number called I Know You Love Me. A great little number. Renee Theris got some fantastic music out there, so we certainly look forward to bringing Renee to the light of all you listeners out there this morning here on International Connections. And, well, Vicky, what else have you got to tell us? You got any other news to tell us?
We've got a lot to talk about. So for those of you that are just joining us, again, thank you so much for being here on Seabreeze FM. If you're listening in New Zealand, hello. But if you're listening on the World Wide Web, we always appreciate you taking the time to be with us this morning as well as this afternoon. So Monica Lewinsky is now writing about her affair with President Bill Clinton. She maintains the affair was between two consenting adults. The 40-year-old says, quote, "Sure, my boss took advantage of me, but I will always remain firm on this point. It was a consensual relationship." End of quote. Any abuse came in the aftermath when I was made a scapegoat in order to protect his powerful position. She writes in a Vanity Fair article. Why apparently is she writing this now? She says it was time to stop tiptoeing around the issue. Now, while a White House intern in 1995, Lewinsky began a sexual relationship with Clinton. The ensuing political scandal and investigation resulted in the Democratic president's impeachment by the Republican-led House. The Senate acquitted him of charges. So, Stu, what's interesting about this is that, of course, up until now, she has not ever said anything, written anything about this. And even Catherine Taddy, who is listening to our show and she follows us faithfully, she's from San Francisco, California, just wrote on my Facebook page when I mentioned that we were going to discuss this today. Her exact words basically was, why now? Why is it that she decided to do it now? Does it have anything to do with Hillary possibly running for president? Does she need money? What's the real reason why she's doing it now? And I'm sure a lot of people are going to question her motives for why she decided to do that now. But it is hard to kind of get around the point of her writing this article now with Hillary considering running for the presidency.
Of course it's money. It's always around money. It's money, of course it is. And look, she's just looking after her welfare. She's building up her retirement fund. Honestly, you watch it. I bet it is.
Well, she is 40 years old, so she does have to start thinking about retirement. But it'll be interesting, and we will find out, I'm sure, probably tomorrow or in the next couple of days, how much Vanity Fair paid her, to write this article, because I know she just didn't write it for free. There is money involved somewhere.
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, it'll be big bucks. Mark my words.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And like I said, I'm pretty sure within the next couple of days we will be able to find that out. So that is trending really, really big on the internet and also on news programs here in America right now. Now, also, police agencies across America are hoping a new app will help them fight crime. The LEADER, or Large Emergency Event Digital Information Repository, that's a tongue twister, pairs an app with cloud storage to help police use smartphones as tools to gather information. So, Stu, users will be able to download the app on their phones to share pictures or video with police. The idea came after the Boston Marathon bombing, when police received hundreds of thousands of pictures and video that they were just inundated with, and basically just didn't have a place to put all of these photos and videos as they continued that investigation. Now, opponents say that this sort of crowdsourcing of information is not good. It's only basically going to produce really, really bad results. So we'll kind of see how that app is going to work out. I'm sure police agencies, across America, now that it's available, will use it, especially, when you've got a situation where you do have a lot of people and a crime or something has been committed, and they just basically say, hey, download this app on your phone, and if you've got any pictures or information, send it to us, and then, that way they're able to decipher it. There was one gentleman that they interviewed who said that he thought that the app was a bad idea because, then police officers won't have to do any work. Basically, the public will do all the work by sending them the information, and they really won't have anything to do in terms of investigating and all of that. But I disagree with him on that. I mean, I just think the app will sort of be another tool that police agencies across the U.S. will be able to use to help them fight crime. So we'll see how that works out.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a very good idea. Not only is it another tool for the police, but it is another tool to make sure that what is coming from the police is correct.
Yeah, good point. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, good point there. Yeah. Yeah, I always knew you were a smart man.
Good day.
I always knew that. Always knew that. So this story is a couple of days old, but we didn't get a chance to mention it last week because we were off the air, so it was just important that I kind of mention it just to, let everybody know that we know about this story too. So there was a Minnesota woman, gut feeling may have saved many lives at a high school. The woman saw a teenager looking suspicious out her window at a storage facility, so she called the police, and they found guns and explosives inside the unit. Apparently, this kid was planning to kill his parents, his sister, and set off bombs at his school. So at this point, a lot of people in that community, of course, is calling this young lady a hero, and they're sending her flowers and all sorts of gifts. Because according to police, this kid had some pretty powerful stuff that he had inside that storage facility. So had he done or followed through with what he wanted to do, there would have been, you can never speculate and say how many, but clearly there would have been damage done and many lives that would have been lost. So congratulations to that young lady, who said she just happened to be looking out her window and, dude looked kind of shady, and she just thought, something doesn't seem right. So, we need more people like that in the world to go on their gut feeling and to do what she did.
Yeah, congratulations to her. Marvellous, in fact, really. Absolutely marvellous, because look at the lives she saved,
Exactly.
Could have been disastrous,
Exactly, and that's what people around the U.S. are saying. So she's been getting flowers and sort of gift certificates and all things that, I saw her being interviewed, and she says, hey, I just did what I was supposed to do and be a good citizen, so you guys don't need to send me all this stuff. But I get why the public wanted to say thank you, because, when you look at that other case in Connecticut, at that school where all of those kids were killed, we very well could have been looking at a similar situation in Minnesota.
You did right. Not only did she save all those kids in the school and the boys' parents and everything else, but she saved the kid from himself.
Absolutely, yeah. She sure did.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Now, this is a sad story over there in your neck of the woods. So in New Zealand and Australia, the family of Nicholas Hayward are distraught over his death in Argentina. This actually, Stu, happened, I believe it was last week. And again, because we were off the air, I just want to mention it just sort of to acknowledge it, to know that we know about it. That was a 33-year-old father. Father says that his entire family is just crying and distraught after his son was killed in Argentina when thieves tried to steal his video camera. Haywood was on vacation at the time, rock climbing, when he was shot to death. Police are still looking for the two suspects, and a reward has been offered in that case. So I know that was big news last week over there on television, Stu. Because, he was a New Zealand citizen and also spent a lot of time in Australia as well. And to go on vacation and to have something like that happen is just absolutely horrible. And from what I read about him, this guy did a tremendous amount of volunteer work overseas. I mean, he was a really, really good, decent man.
Yep. It's shocking, and it happens, doesn't it? It happens like this all the time, and hey, it's not only just with the New Zealand guy. Where was he? In Argentina?
Yeah, he was in Argentina.
Yeah, we've had it happen here in New Zealand. German backpackers, Sweden backpackers. Man, it's just shocking. I don't know. There's no end to it. It's sad. It's sad as hell. Sorry for this New Zealand guy. Really sorry, But hey, it happens all around the world, and it's something that really people have got to be aware of when they're in these strange countries, of what the environment is around them and what is like quite possible, should I say, could happen. You know?
Yeah.
People hitchhike throughout this country so blasé, and especially overseas tourists. A lot of overseas tourists hitchhike in this country, and they leave themselves wide open. They really do.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, especially when it comes to hitchhiking, you just never know who is going to pick you up. And in fact, when I was there for my visit, there was a story on, I think it was Campbell Live on his newscast, and he sent a reporter out, and the reporter did a story on hitchhiking through New Zealand and the sort of different type of people that he had the opportunity to meet. But of course, the flip side to that is this guy's a reporter. Nobody's going to, do anything bad to him. For God's sake, he's got a cameraman and a half of a crew traveling with him to do the story. But, if you take someone like a young lady by herself who's hitchhiking, I mean, you open yourself up to so many bad possibilities of things that can happen. In America, there's not much hitchhiking that goes on here. Not like it is, of course, over there. So, but yeah, just very, very, very sad. So we've got some other stories that we're going to talk about. Embattled LA Clipper basketball owner Donald Sterling continues to make headlines here. Just about 2 hours ago, his publicist says that he will take some time off from his team, which journalist Victoria Gaither seems to think that is the wise thing for him to do right now. So Sterling also spoke over the weekend to a magazine saying, quote, "I wish I had just paid her off," end of quote, and that he expressed remorse in the Du Jour magazine article. Now, his ex-girlfriend